The sick just keep on coming. There's no let-up at the epicentre of this outbreak. Every corner's crammed with patients, and it's moved at a frightening pace in just a matter of weeks. The virus, which originated in Wuhan, has spread to every region of China. The infections have now utterly eclipsed the number of SARS cases during a year-long outbreak. And it's still spreading across a range of countries. The doctors at ground zero and those dealing with victims around the world are coping with an international crisis, crying out for international action. As governments scrambled to get their nationals out of the epicentre, this was a plane carrying Americans from Wuhan. It became apparent different countries had different strategies to deal with those returning home. The Americans will not have an enforced quarantine period, whilst others will. A plane organised by the EU set off from Portugal to pick up a range of European nationalities. It's unclear what will happen to those they pick up, but the crew saw the flight as a mercy mission.
It's a humanitarian mission, and we are proud to bring the people back. It could be any of our families, you know, stranded there, so it's important that these European people come back.
As that plane left, hundreds of stranded Britons were being told they'll be flown out now on Friday, ending days of confusion and concern. They face a fortnight in quarantine on return. The worldwide alarm meant an Italian cruise ship was kept in dock at a port north of Rome. Its 6,000 passengers all locked down after a Chinese couple on board reported feverish symptoms. They finally tested negative for coronavirus. In Hong Kong, they're on the front line of this health crisis. The medics are urgently trying to contain it. But they have more border crossings with mainland China than anywhere else, and they fear a spike in cases is just around the corner. The Hong Kong medical facilities are already under pressure, and the next 2 weeks are going to be critical because of the virus's 14-day incubation period. An estimated 200 to 300,000 people are due back in Hong Kong from mainland China after the New Year lunar celebrations. But this virus can hide itself. This is the city's first coronavirus patient, and he didn't have a fever when he first went to hospital. He was only admitted 2 days later when he returned still unwell and still with no fever.
This time on the X-ray, we found a patch of pneumonia in the middle of the right lung. So as a result, he was actually isolated.
The doctor who first treated him is both health advisor to the world body and to Hong Kong's chief executive. He forewarned of a global emergency, and a lot of it is because this is a new deadly virus.
Well, there are a lot of unknowns about this new virus. How is it transmitted? Now, we can only assume this is through respiratory droplets and contact with the droplets. But the source of animal, we have no idea what it is. Okay. So if you don't know the source, it makes it difficult. And so far, there is no autopsy performed for those who have deceased. So we don't have much understanding about the pathogenesis and how many organs are involved.
Medical staff the world over are bracing themselves. The next few weeks will be decisive in learning just how far the virus has spread and how severe it is. Alex Crawford, Sky News, Hong Kong.